Uh, Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We just wait for a couple of minutes. So it's the last day of 2025. So I'm pretty sure some of you all would have some plans later in the day. Good afternoon, Chandrasekhar ji, Sachin ji, audible and visible. Balaji ji, yes. Okay. So what plans for the day, guys? Any plans for the 31st? Or you're going to be at home with your family? Good afternoon. Tomorrow, New Year market. Yeah. I mean, it's sad that we don't have a New Year holiday for the markets. But nevertheless, with family, great, superb. Tomorrow, New Year market. Good afternoon, Sudesh ji. No problem, Sachin ji. I hope you are fine now. By the way, guys, today is the last mid-market session. We are not going to have mid-market for a year now. So आज जो भी mid market है, that is going to be the final session, and the next mid market is only going to be after a year now. So just wanted to convey that, Sachin ji, 31st with family. Okay, great, super. So let us start off because after a year, so tomorrow will be 2026, right? So we are going to meet after a year. So that was the joke. Nevertheless, kidding. I think we are just mid-market जैसे चल रहा है वैसे ही चलता रहेगा. Just that we are going to meet in 2026 now. It's not going to be 2025. Okay, so nevertheless, let us start off with the rollover analysis today. So काफी इंटरेस्टिंग डेटा आया है कल का. दिसंबर एक्सपायरी था कल, and towards the last 30 minutes, we saw Nifty jumping, rebounding from the lows. Even Bank Nifty has kind of changed its trend now. Bank Nifty has given a downward sloping trendline breakout on the daily chart. So thanks to the rally that we are seeing in the PSU space, all the PSU names like Maharashtra Bank, Union Bank, Bank of Baroda, Indian Bank, all these names are doing well. So let us start off with the rollover analysis. So talking about how the December month went by for Nifty. So December series may we saw Nifty futures, it was trading in a tight band of roughly around 630 points. And this was the narrowest series range that we saw since August 2023. And this was also the second consecutive series where index failed to establish a clear directional trend. So we can clearly see that on the daily chart, Nifty has been choppy since last 2 months now. But what we saw in the month of December was, though the overall trend largely remained confined to a sideways zone, we could see there were a lot of intraday swings wherein we had gap ups, gap downs, intraday rebound from the lows or profit bookings from the highs. But there was a clear lack of directional trend that which suggests that market participants were trading within a range. So we could see the largely the trading was confined to a range. Though and also if you see intraday में volatility था, but overall अगर आप market volatility देखें, the action was relatively subdued. Now talking about the rollover for Nifty, कैसे rollover आया December में? So December rollovers has come in at 72.29%, and this was higher than last month 68.77. So we have around 4-5% higher rollover as compared to the last month. And that was also the current month's rollover was also about the 3-month average of 72.28%. पिछले मंथ के रोल ओवर से ज्यादा रोल ओवर आया और 3 मंथ एवरेज से भी ज्यादा रोल ओवर आया. So clearly, there is a willingness to carry forward the position to the next series here. So clearly, Nifty में जो भी positions बना हुआ है, on account of a higher rollover, position square off नहीं हुआ है, बल्कि next series में, that is January series में positions carry forward हुआ है. And if you see the number of shares rolled, that also surged to 151 lakh compared to 145 lakhs last month. And even the rollover cost is held steady at 0.7%, which is broadly in line with the 3 months average of 0.67%. So ज़्यादा एक higher premium या higher cost में rollover नहीं हुआ. It is well within the 3 months average of 0.67% here. So if you look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty हम काफी टाइम से देखते आ रहे हैं कि Bank Nifty काफी टाइम से वो अपवर्ड स्लोपिंग ट्रेंड लाइन के ब्रेकडाउन के बाद थोड़ा सा चॉपीनेस रहा है. आई थिंक लास्ट 2 days से वी हैव सीन रिसर्जेंस इन बैंक निफ्टी एज वेल. If you look at Bank Nifty futures, that also traded in a narrow range of 1400 points in the December series, and this was also the tightest range that we saw since June 2023. Bank Nifty ended on a flat note, reflecting a lack of decisive directional momentum. While if you look at the rollovers came in very sharp for Bank Nifty as well. The rollover for Bank Nifty came in at 77.46% in December. That was much higher, almost 7% higher than what we saw in November. So November में almost 70% rollover था. And 3 months average जो 75.82 था यहाँ पे. Guys, are you all able to see my screen? If you all can let me know in the chat box. I hope everyone is able to see my screen here. I think Maulik ji is saying मेरा screen नहीं दिख रहा है. I hope everyone is able to see my PDF, guys. If you all can let me know in the chat box. Yes, I think some issue at your end, Maulik ji. I think others are able to see my PDF. So if you see, even Bank Nifty ka rollovers has come in at 77.46, which was higher than 70.4% in the month of November. And also it was above the 3 months average of 75.82%. So clearly again, Bank Nifty में भी positions rollover हुए हैं January series में. And I think even in Bank Nifty, there is a strong trader participation and willingness to carry forward positions despite the price action being subdued. The positions have been rolled over both in Nifty and Bank Nifty to the next series here. और अगर आप रोल ओवर कॉस्ट देखें तो प्रीमियम से रोल ओवर हुआ है. अगर हम द रोल ओवर कॉस्ट हैज कम इन एट 0.72%, which was much higher than the 3 months average of 0.62% here, which indicates an increased cost of carrying positions in the current series. So clearly for Nifty, it is relatively more or less the same cost. But Bank Nifty में the positions have been carry forwarded at a much higher premium. If you look at the market-wide rollover, that is coming at 91%, which matches the previous series figure of 91% here. Most noteworthy, if you look at the long-short ratio, the long-short ratio on the last day came in at 8.84%. And I think from the start of series, we were at roughly around 15% at the start of December series, and we closed it at 8.84%. So this is something that we've been tracking on a daily basis. So clearly, again, the long-short ratio has dropped below 10 now. So that clearly indicates that the FIIs are heavily short on our markets, and unless and until जब तक ये shorts cover नहीं होता है तब तक like we've been discussing, it's very difficult to see that kind of momentum. And even in the cash market, if you see for the last six trading sessions, they have sold roughly around 10,894 crores. That's a lot, and I think the selling intensity has kind of gone up from 2,759, 3,844. So clearly the sentiment as far as the FIs are concerned are still bearish. We can clearly see that the ratio has consistently remained below the 20% mark, indicating a predominantly cautious stance by the FIIs with a heavier tilt towards short positions. So this will be a main trigger. I think जब ये short positions cover होना start होगा, that is when we will actually see the momentum in our markets. Now, if you look at the open interest positioning for the weekly series, 26,000, 26,200, I think इसमें आज हमें short covering दिख रहा है. इसके लिए Nifty is much higher today. If you look at Nifty is at around 26,114. A large part of the move that you see today is account of short covering that has taken place at 26,000. And if you look at the put side, there was a high concentration at 25,900 and 25,800. So clearly there is some extra put writing build up at the lower level. So your support has become strong now. And 26,000, 26,200 इसमें short covering आज देखने को मिल रहा है. Now talking about the key levels for Nifty, if you look at Nifty here, so clearly we have not gone towards 50-day EMA. You can see there is a morning star like pattern that is seen on the daily chart, wherein post this brief fall, Nifty fell here, then it formed a small doji like candle yesterday, and again there is looks like Nifty might give a higher close, and Nifty has gone back above its 20-day EMA now. So this is a positive sign. I think hopefully now Nifty should carry forward its momentum and hopefully start 2026 on a strong note. And the immediate resistance would be around 26,250. That is where the previous high is. And followed by that, we'll have 26,330. That is where the next resistance is. So there is a couple of resistance here. One around this previous swing high zone of 26,250 and another somewhere around 26,330 here. So Nifty needs to take out this level first and then it needs to take out this level. So these are two key resistance for Nifty as we start the year. And on the downside, the 50-day EMA somewhere around 25,850, 25,900. That zone is likely to act as a strong support for Nifty here. So we saw Nifty taking bounce from its 50-day EMA once, then again from 50-day EMA acted as a strong resist support. This time we didn't hit 50-day EMA. I think we were on course to hit 50-day EMA here, but a sharp reversal today has kind of changed the trend that we saw in the last 4 to 5 trading sessions. So hopefully now Nifty should hopefully move higher with 26,250, 26,330. Both these levels acting as a strong resistance for Nifty. While the 50-day EMA around 25,850, 25,900, that zone is likely to act as a strong support for Nifty here. If we look at India VIX, so India VIX, we saw the lowest ever closing for India VIX recorded. So that came in on the 26th. I think 9.15 was the lowest India VIX level that was recorded. So India VIX clearly is at the lows here. So you can see we are at the lower end of our historical volatility. And that has actually kept, the price action subdued. Even now, if you see index continues to hover close to its historic lows, indicating that the market remains firmly positioned in a low fear environment. So there is absolutely no fear in the markets, while the participants are anticipating stability and limited price turbulence in the immediate future, despite the broader index fluctuation. So on the downside, I think on the upside, as long as we are below the 11.5 to 12 mark, there is absolutely no sign to worry about. But any move about 12 could signal a shift in tone, and we could expect volatility slightly clawing back to our markets. If you look at the market breadth within the stock futures universe, it indicated a clear negative bias. So if you see out of the entire derivative universe, 98 stocks, that roughly makes up 47% of the total universe. It ended in a positive territory, while 111 stocks, which accounts for nearly 53%, that closed lower. So out of 200 stocks, roughly 111 stocks, 111, almost 53% stocks closed lower, while only 47% stocks closed higher. So clearly there was a negative bias in the December series. If you look at the within the broader derivative landscape, 13 stocks delivered strong performance with gains exceeding 10%. So 10% से ज़्यादा gains, almost 13 stocks ने gains deliver किया है, while 24 stocks gave gains in the range of 5 to 10%. 6 stocks witnessed sharp correction of more than 10%, while 31 stocks recorded declines between 5 to 10% here, indicating a mixed undertone. Now, if you look at seasonality, now January month कैसे रहा है usually Nifty के लिए? So for that, let me show you one interesting Bloomberg data. Let me see if I have it here. Just a second. I will show you the so this is the seasonality here. So I'll show you how January month has been. I think Arish ji is asking for small cap. So we'll look at the seasonality analysis. For example, if you look at Nifty, so this is the last 20 years data that is fetched from Bloomberg. So अगर हम देखेंगे, so we have the last 20 years average. So Jan month relatively has not been a great month for Nifty. So you can see that from almost from 2019 until 2024, the January month has seen a negative close. Uh, if you see between 2017 2018, we saw gains of around 4%. Then almost 2009 to 11 again we had a negative close year. From 2019 onwards, January month historically it's not been a great month for Nifty. While the 20-year average, if you see, it's in the range of 0.64%. Whereas even if you look at Bank Nifty also has been relatively pretty much very similar. January month has not been that great. The 20-year average is minus 0.64%. Last couple of years, January month was a negative month for Bank Nifty. 2023, we saw Bank Nifty closing 5% lower. 2024, again, we saw Bank Nifty ending around 4.75% lower. If you see from 2007 to 11, so January historically has not been a good month for Bank Nifty as well. Even if you look at mid cap में ज़्यादा pressure दिखाई दिया है अगर January month देखे. So last I think 2024 we saw mid cap bouncing around 5%, but 2022-23 we were down. 1918 we were down again. 2016 we were down. 2013 2014 we were down, and from 2008 to 2011 there was some heavy selling. You can see 20%, 10%, 10%. So I think on an average, mid cap is down around 1.34%. That's the average loss for mid cap in the month of January. And the same can be said for small cap as well. So small cap again, the last year was good. 2024 was good, which was up around 5.8%. But again, 22-23, we were down around 2%, 1%. 2019 and 18 were bad. 2016 again was bad, 11%. 2014 2013 again was bad year. So I think roughly if you see whether it's Nifty, Bank Nifty, mid cap and small cap, January historically has not been a good month, as far as the seasonality is concerned. If you see, the average return for Nifty has been around minus 1.16%, and January has seen an average volatility of 8.9% for the Nifty index. बट इफ यू लुक फॉर बैंक निफ्टी का भी नेगेटिव ट्रेंड रहा है जनवरी में. जैसे हमने अभी पिछले 20 साल का डेटा देखा, यहाँ पे हमने आउट ऑफ 18 इयर्स देखा है, बट ब्लूमबर्ग में आई शोड यू द लास्ट 20 इयर्स डेटा. It has closed only positively 8 times. Average return for Bank Nifty has been minus 0.61%. Again, average volatility for Bank Nifty has been around 12% here for the past 18 years. Now, talking about the sectors that are looking positive based on the rollover data as well as the price action. So automobiles, I think that is one particular sector that can continue to do well. PSU banks are again seeing renewed buying interest. So all your PSU names like Union Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, all these PSU names are doing well. Telecom stocks are likely to do well, whether it's Bharti Airtel, even Idea. We saw there has been a sharp rebound from the lows. And metal. So metal again continues to do well. Hindalco, JSW Steel, SAIL, Tata Steel, all these metal counters we saw had a very good month in the month of December. So if you see the strongest sectors right now, that is your auto, PSU, metal and telecom. But on the other hand, if you talk about the underperforming sectors, media continues to underperform. Realty is in a downtrend. FMCG is in a downtrend. Infrastructure, that's in a downtrend. Healthcare, India, tourism, power, all these sectors can likely underperform in the coming series as well. So here we have given a Nifty view. I've already discussed what is the view for Nifty. Then we have the Bank Nifty view here as well. Now, if we see the top gainers and losers of the December series, we can see a couple of metal names: Hinzing, National Aluminium, Ashok Leyland, Vedanta. So you can see, metal stocks, auto counters. Then you had a couple of Shriram Finance has been doing well since quite some time. NMDC and Hindalco. So you can see a lot of majority of metal names that have been top gainers in the December series. While if you look at the top losers, so Keynes, Dixon, Indigo, Max Health, Umber, Coforge, Inox Wind. These are some of the names that saw almost low. I think lower. I think they lost compared to the other stocks. These were the top losers for the December series. Now, talking about the stocks which saw strong rollovers and weak rollovers. So, as far as strong rollovers are concerned, HDFC Bank, TVS Motor, you can see Pidilite, JSW Steel, Torrent Pharma, APL Apollo. These are some of the names that saw a stronger rollover in the month of December. While stocks that saw weak rollover, Supreme Industries, Dixon, Motherson, Chola Finance, these are some of the stocks that saw weak rollover. And then you can go through the details here. So we have sector specific, हर एक stock specific का आपको rollover मिल जाएगा यहाँ पे. So we have the index. So we have mentioned the price change, what is the rollover, and we have compared it with 3 months rollover as well. So if it's in blue, then that means the rollover has been above its 3 months average. If it's in red, then that means the rollover has come below its 3 months average here. Similarly, you can see for auto names, Bajaj Auto, Bharat Forge, Mahindra and Mahindra, TVS Motors, some of the auto names that have seen strong rollovers. Whereas if you see from the banking space, HDFC Bank, we saw had a very strong rollover in the banking space here. If you see from the financial services space, AB Capital, Bajaj Finance, ICICI, GI, K Fintech, Nuama, PNB Housing, these are some of the names that saw strong rollovers in the financial space. Then if you see capital goods, then we have Crompton, Cummins India, L&T that saw strong rollovers in the capital goods space. Then if you see IT, LTIM, Persistent, Tata Tech, these are some of the counters that saw strong rollovers. FMCG देखे तो ITC had around 98% rollover, Marico 98.6, Patanjali and Pidilite Industries, both these counters saw stronger rollover. If you see from the oil and gas space, Reliance, ONGC, IOC relatively had a strong rollover. From the metal space, APL Apollo, Jindal Steel, JSW Steel, SAIL, all these counters had a strong rollover. In pharma space, PPL Pharma, Torrent Pharma, none of the pharma space were relatively subdued. If you see from the cement space, Grasim saw around 98% rollover for the month of December. If you look at the new age companies, Policy Bazaar, Zomato structurally looks a little weak. Policy Bazaar, again, that was good. In the realty space, again, Lodha up around 97%, NBCC 96, Phoenix around 96% here. From the chemical space, again, UPL has given a fresh breakout. So UPL has seen a stronger rollover. Infrastructure, again, Adani Ports around 98%. Mazgaon Dock, RVNL, we saw towards how the railway stocks and defense counters started to move. If you see from the power space, Adani Green, then you have Tata Power, Torrent Power, Inox Wind. Then I think from the textile space, again, Trent. But more or less, these were some of the stocks that saw a stronger rollover. Now, talking about the key stocks to watch out, that looks technically sound as far as their daily charts are concerned. So, HEG Limited, HEC, has given a fresh breakout on the daily chart, and it has seen some rise in the volumes as well in the last 3-4 sessions. While around 600, 605, that zone is likely to act as a strong support. And as long as HEG stays above the 600, 605 mark, the overall trend is likely to be positive. Apart from that, LTF, so LTF has also given a downward sloping trendline breakout on the daily scale with rise in the volumes as well. The RSI has gone above 60. So if you look at the ADX, the DI plus is about DI minus, and MACD is on the verge of a crossover. So LTF has also given a fresh breakout. The prior swing low of around 297, 298, that is likely to act as a strong support for LTF. Apart from that, CSB Bank, that has also given a fresh breakout. So we can see a cup and handle pattern breakout on CSB Bank's chart. So this is your cup, this is your handle. And this is a fresh breakout. Again, the RSI is in a rising mode and has moved sharply above 60. The ADX also seems to be rising now, and you can see rising green histogram bars with MACD 9 well above the zero line and signal line here. So even fresh breakout in CSB Bank looks like as long as it holds above 445, the trend is likely to remain positive in CSB Bank as well. Apart from that, even AB Capital, so AB Capital also, it was kind of moving in a strong zone, 355, 342. That was the tight range that the stock was moving in since almost 15th of December. And Aditya Birla Capital has given a fresh breakout. And there was a good surge in volumes as well in yesterday's trade. RSI seems to be moving above the 60 zone. MACD is also on the verge of a crossover. So as long as 344, 345 holds on the downside, the trend is likely to be positive. With AB Capital, chances are that it can move towards 363, 365 levels in the short term. Apart from that, Hind Petro, if you remember in the RRG session that we did a week back, if you remember, we had in Petro and BPCL moving from improving to leading counters here, and finally that breakout that we were waiting for in Hindustan Petroleum and even in BPCL. If you remember, we had clearly seen these two stocks that were looking good back then. So I think we have got a fresh breakout in Hindustan Petroleum as well. The stock is up around 5% today. The MACD line is above the signal line and zero line. RSI has also moved above the 60 mark. So it's around 468, 470 is likely to act as a strong support for Hindustan Petroleum. As long as the stock stays above this zone, the trend is likely to be positive. Apart from that, AIA Engineering, that is also one stock that has given a strong resistance breakout. So 3920, 3950, that was the zone where the stock was, it tried testing the zone multiple times, but the stock failed to do so. And I think the stock is moving out of that zone now. It's near 4050. So I think 3930, 3950 is a strong support. And as long as AI engineering holds above this level, the overall trend, again, it's likely to be positive. Apart from that, Titan looks like we have a fresh breakout in Titan. So Titan post breaking out, it gave a retest to its previous resistance, which was around 3950. And today there is a fresh breakout in Titan as well, where Titan is up around 2%. RSI is in a rising mode. ADX is also rising. So that indicates bullish trend strength. And MACD has given a crossover above the signal line and zero line. So 3950 is a strong support as long as Titan trades above 3950. The overall trend is likely to remain positive. And the last stock again, UPL, we saw even UPL had a very strong rollover. And again, UPL has given a fresh breakout today. It's near about the 800 mark. It has been holding above its 50-day EMA here. We have seen a surge in volumes. RSI is again above the 60 mark here. ADX is rising. So for UPL, the important support is around 770. So as long as UPL holds above 770, chances are that the trend is likely to remain strong. So that was all about today's bid market session, and also today was the last session of 2025. I hope it was informative, and I hope you all are actually finding value in these sessions. Now let us start off with our Q&A. So that was all about December rollovers as well as the index view and the stocks here. And let us start off with our question and answer. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. HEG is good. Murthy BPCL, again, it's good here. I think BPCL also has given a breakout. I think 368, 370 is a strong support for BPCL. As long as it holds above this level, the trend is likely to be positive. CPCL, which stock are you talking about? Manoharji is asking for Garuda. Garuda avoid करना because थोड़ा सा trend यहाँ पे weak है. It is below its 150 and 20-day EMA here. I think the next support is around 170. So if you are holding, maybe you can hold with an SL of 180, but I think avoid fresh entry in Garuda now. Yeah, GMR Airports is good. GMR Airports, I think you can consider holding with around 100 as an SL. That is where the 50-day EMA is placed. Manoj is asking for eternal avoid करना है. It has slipped below its key moving averages. 200-day EMA के नीचे है. I think there could be more pain in this stock. I think it's better to avoid eternal for now. Nika, it's good. It's steadily moving up. Maybe around 245, 250 is where you can consider support for Nika. It can probably move towards 275 on the upside. And the other stock you're asking about, Railtel again, though all the rail stocks, it saw some profit booking in the previous two sessions. But again, we are seeing some buying interest picking in. So Railtel, again, you can continue to hold, I think 350, 355. That's a strong support zone for Railtel. As long as it is above this zone, chances are that the trend is likely to be positive. Priyaji is asking for Roto Pump. You bought it at 75. 75, I think आपने एकदम high पे लिया है. It 200 DA में एक strong resistance है, but I think if you are holding, I think you can consider having around 64, 65 as a stop loss. अगर 65 के नीचे जाता है, it's better to exit. और फिर से अगर एक रिवर्सल आता है, then you can probably enter. But I think you can consider holding with an SL of 65 in Roto Pumps. Oswald Pumps. If we look at Oswald Pumps, I think avoid overall downtrend में ही है रवि जी. I think if you are holding then around 480, 490, 495 का SL रख के होल्ड करना, because ये लो के नीचे जाएगा तो हो सकता है शायद और नीचे जाए. But overall structure weak है, so avoid Oswald Pumps. ABG is asking for CRWV. Which stock is this? I'm not sure. Okay, talking about US stocks, so ideally we don't really cover Amazon, Meta, and the US stocks here. We probably talk about only Indian stocks. Suresh ji, I just spoke about Roto Pumps. I think Priya ma'am ने पूछा था. Roto Pumps again, overall weak है. I think you can around 65 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. It's not a very strong counter at this point. वो 200 DA में तक आया था, but I think वो 200 DA में पार नहीं कर पाया था. I think जब भी वो फिर से 78 80 के ऊपर जाएगा तब जाके फिर से मोमेंटम आ सकता है. मनोज इज आस्किंग फॉर ग्रो. आई थिंक थोड़ा सा चॉपी. आई थिंक पोस्ट लिस्टिंग इट मूव्ड अप अराउंड, if you see from the lows, it moved up around 75%. But उसके बाद से ही almost relatively choppy हो गया. I think if you are holding, see from a long term perspective, you can continue to hold with around 140 is what you can consider as support for grow. If you look at BSE, I think you can continue to hold 2520, 2530. That's a strong support for BSE. Pramod ji is asking for rights. Rights, I would say थोड़ा सा hesitation है. Trend line के ऊपर हमें breakout चाहिए. I feel wait about 255, 258. I think once we get a strong breakout about 255, 258, that is when you can probably enter heights. Silver Touch Technologies. Okay. Silver Touch, it has already run up a lot, 11% yesterday, almost 6% today. But it has, I mean, the overall chart structure is strong, but if you are holding, then you can consider having 1030 as a support or a stop loss. I wouldn't advise you to enter at the current levels because, again, the fact that it has already run up now. But if you're holding, then consider having 1030 as a stop loss. Suzlon avoid करना. ABG, you can avoid Suzlon. Suzlon एक downtrend में है. But I think below 50, it can fall even further. Aether Energy is good. I think you can continue to hold Aether Energy. Overall trend is positive. I think around 695, 700 is where you can consider support for Aether Energy. चंद्रशेखर जी, यूको बैंक इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टॉक नहीं है वो. चंद्रशेखर जी, maybe if you are holding, then consider having 28 as an SL. I think that your average price can be your support price. Your हिंसिंग पुट ले लिया आपने, अभी तक रिवर्सल आया नहीं है यहाँ पे. 610 put, Shrikant ji, see it is little dicey. Okay, let me see options. You've taken Hindustan Zinc options. Maybe around 20, you can keep an SL of 20. But I think if it goes below 20, then it's better. I wouldn't have, you shouldn't have gone for put option because thoda sa ek profit booking aaya hai, but the overall trend is still positive in Hensing. But nevertheless, if you have got it at, I don't know at what price you have got it, but I think you can consider 20 as an SL for Hindustan Zinc. JSW Energy, okay, let me see. Not a very strong structure, Arishji, maybe because I think it needs to move above 490, 495. I think once it goes above 490, 495, we can expect some up move. But if you are holding, then probably avoid fresh entry for now. If you are holding, then around 465, consider that as a support. That is where the previous this thing is placed. Yeah, GMDC is good, Manorji. GMDC continue to hold around 550, 560 is where you can consider support for GMDC. Capstan, avoid करना Capstan because कुछ momentum नहीं है. The stock is moving in a tight range. Maybe around 290, 294 is where you can keep your support. Avoid Capstan. Not a strong chart. Zaggle भी avoid करना है. It is looking weak. Maybe 340 is a strong support. I think as long as it trades below 370, the overall trend is likely to remain bear. Silver भी इस पनवर जी अभी फिलहाल के लिए थोड़ा और रुक जाना because silver में again correction आया है, but I think wait for some more healthy correction in silver because I think it has kind of run up a lot. I think maybe let it fall until 190, 195. Probably that could be a good zone to enter in. Avoid silver Bs, gold Bs for now. Hind Petro is good. Pramod, you can continue to hold. It's a strong stock. I think we can see in Petro going up at least towards 520, 525. Consider around 465, 470 as a strong support for Hindustan Petro. BHEL is also good, Karthik ji. BHEL bhi काफी strong है. Again, it has given last 4-5 days ka consolidation breakout. Maybe around 275 is where you can consider support and hold on to BHEL. Federal Bank and South Indian. BHEL is good. Jaiprakash ji, BHEL जैसे मैंने बताया अच्छा है. Federal Bank is also good. Federal Bank, maybe you can consider having 260 as a support. It should not break below this 20-day EMA, but I feel Federal Bank has kind of run up a lot. So between Federal Bank, South Indian Bank and BHEL, South Indian Bank, I'm not sure. Let me look at the chart. नहीं, South Indian Bank में थोड़ा weakness है. I think between Federal, South Indian and BHEL, I would say BHEL looks strong. Hind Copper, see, avoid fresh entry just because it has run up a lot. If you're holding, then probably consider around 480, 485 as a support. I think below 480, chances are that thoda abhi see इसमें profit booking आ सकता है. It is not advisable to enter at these high levels. NMDC, Satoshi, NMDC is good. I think you can continue to hold as long as it stays above 78, 78.5. The overall trend is likely to be positive. JSW Energy, मैंने बताया था JSW Energy, I think थोड़ा सा weak है. Wait until we get a breakout above 490, 495 with around 465 as a stop loss. Between Rico Auto and Bellrise, I think Bellrise is good. Continue to hold Bellrise as long as it stays above 170. The trend for Bellrise is likely to be positive. LIC Housing. अवॉइड करना अभिनंदन जी. LIC हाउसिंग थोड़ा सा इसमें मोमेंटम है नहीं. आई थिंक 550 के, जब तक ये 550 के नीचे ओवरऑल साइडवेज टू बेरिश रह सकता है LIC हाउसिंग. DLF अवॉइड करना. द ओवरऑल रियलिटी सेक्टर इज काइंड ऑफ डाउन. and it trades below all the key moving averages. So till the time it trades below 705, that is the immediate resistance. जब तक 705 के नीचे overall trend negative ही रहेगा DLF का. CDSL भी अवॉइड करना, इसका स्ट्रक्चर वीक है. पोस्ट ब्रेकिंग द अपवर्ड स्लोपिंग ट्रेंड लाइन, द स्टॉक हैज बीन मूविंग डाउन. सो अवॉइड CDSL फॉर नाउ. आई थिंक इफ यू आर होल्डिंग देन इट्स बेटर टू एग्जिट CDSL बिकॉज इसका स्ट्रक्चर काफी वीक लग रहा है यहाँ पे. Even if you look at KFinTech, very similar. Even KFinTech has, it's kind of moving sideways. जब तक हमें maybe around 1120, 1125 के ऊपर breakout नहीं मिलता है, it's better to avoid this. JSW Infra, not a strong pullback. I think जब तक 295, 300 के ऊपर breakout नहीं मिलता है, तब तक it's better to avoid JSW Infra. If you're already holding, then consider 275 as a SL. ओला अवॉइड करना अभिनंदन जी. ओला इलेक्ट्रिक, अवॉइड ओला इलेक्ट्रिक. नहीं, आज नहीं बाई करना चाहिए सिल्वर. हॉनेस्टली बोलो, सिल्वर अभी एक्चुअली बाई मत करना सिल्वर अभी. अच्छा, टेल मी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू ऑल हैव एन आईफोन गाइस? कितने लोग आईफोन यूज करते हैं? इफ यू ऑल कैन लेट मी नो इन द चैट बॉक्स. अदानी टोटल गैस आल्सो अवॉइड, इट्स अराउंड 540, 545. Adani Total Gas का भी overall structure weak लग रहा है. Yeah, LT is good. LT, in fact, I feel LT can, I think once it takes out 4,115, 4,120, chances are that it can move up higher. Okay, so for the people who are asking silver buy करना चाहिए कि नहीं, let me help you with an example. Okay, anyone, any iPhone loyal to Android? अच्छा, चलो एक example बताता हूँ. Okay, let's look at an Android phone. I think a lot of Android fans here. So, एक Android phone है. There is a market rate for Android. Let's say it's a 20,000 phone. Okay, how many would let's take एक छोटा Oppo phone ले लेते हैं. चलो, an Oppo, any decent Oppo phone. 20,000, 30,000, that's the range for the phones here in the market. How many would buy an Oppo phone for 20, 30,000 rupees? Let's say there is a good decent Oppo phone, ऐसा नहीं है, an Oppo or any a good Android phone that comes in the range of 20,000 to 30,000. But let's say if you get the same Oppo phone for 1,50,000, a same Oppo phone for 1,50,000, how many takers now? Rakesh ji is saying no Chinese, I prefer Korean. जो भी है, Samsung, you Indian phones, OnePlus, just make an example बता रहा हूँ. आप लोग तो, there is no point buying a thing which depreciate each. अरे APG is like a different level. No, none. All I'm trying to say is, or let's say an iPhone, if you get the same iPhone which you get for around, let's say 1 lakh in the market, और वही iPhone अगर आपको मार्केट में 3 लाख या 4 लाख में मिल रहा है, क्या आप खरीदोगे? नहीं, राइट? आई थिंक द सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग विद सिल्वर. सिल्वर हैज ऑलरेडी रन अप अ लॉट. अभी सिल्वर ना ये कैटेगरी में पहुंच गया है. अभी थोड़ा सा सिल्वर को करेक्ट आने दो, फिर से वो जब वो मार्केट रेट्स में आ जाएगा, फिर से जो उसका फेयर वैल्यू पे आ जाएगा, तब जाके वी विल. सो देयर इज, सी, आपने कोई आंसर कर दिया. So when it comes to phones, you are saying no chance, right, Feroz ji? Similarly, silver भी वही, no, not me करके आप silver में भी लिखना. The only reason why I am asking you all to avoid silver for now is, I know FOMO होता है देख के रोज silver अगर बढ़ते जाता है तो you feel like missing out, but silver has already run up a lot. So let it come down, let's see an healthy correction. फिर जब एक reversal signs आएगा, तब हम जाके फिर से we will revisit that. ठीक है, so that's all from today's session, guys. So that was all about the last day of 2025. So see you after a year now. मैं आपको directly अभी 1 साल के बाद मिलूंगा, and आपको 2026 में मिलूंगा आप. Until then, take care, stay safe, guys, and And आज सच में ध्यान रखना, stay safe today. It's 31st. I know a lot of you all would be having some plans today. But nevertheless, take care, guys. Have a happy new year. Enjoy time with your families, and I'll see you again tomorrow at 12:30 for our new mid-market session. Bye, guys. Take care. Happy New Year to you and your family. Enjoy well. Take care, and see you guys.